crowd here at Cadwell Park. The top man in World Superbikes, Toprak, ready to take on the mountain. Andrea Locatelli, his teammate, out there as well. Looking forward to this. Let's enjoy it in the company of our World Superbike commentator, Greg Haynes, who's joined Steve there in the booth.
Yeah, pleasure to be joined in the box here at Cadwell, British Superbikes, by World Superbike lead commentator Gregory Haynes, as Toprak and Locatelli come to Lincoln, and immediate wheelies out of the pit lane. Just a quick one, Greg. First of all, welcome. This is 7 years since we've been in the box together.
Can you believe it? Day and Haynes reunited after 7 years, and of course it was 2015. Superstock 600 European champion, and who won it that year?
Toprak Razgatlıoglu, yes. Yeah, how ironic. How ironic. Just for the viewers at home, in case they're wondering, you'll see, of course, the two different looking motorcycles. It's the McCam's Yamaha that Locker's on, and that's a Crescent Yamaha for Toprak.
Yes, had a chat with Steve Rogers from McCam's Yamaha. He said, I'm not going to be explaining to Andrea Dossoli why his rider's broken, so they're running the traction control, they're running all the aids, and I was up there on the grass with them, Steve, as the Superbike race started earlier on this morning, and Locker, like a kid in Harrods Food Hall, went running up from the grass bank on the inside, straight up to the top of the mountain for the first lap of the race. And the big news, actually, coming out of Cadwell today is that Toprak Razgatlıoglu has officially said, I would like to race here at Cadwell Park in the Bennetts British Superbike Championship. So that might be an interesting one for the future.
Let's set that up. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. I have to say that the collaboration, everyone involved, McCam's, Stuart Higgs, the team as well, the Pata Yamaha team, in getting this done is brilliant. And I just love the fact that they want to come here. Here we go, then, over the mountain.
Here we go. Here we go. OK, that's quite tame from Toprak standards, but he's got 10 minutes, Steve-o, so let's see what happens.
He's already dropped Locker. He's in the distance. Of course, for those who don't know, Toprak, of course, an incredible stunt rider, not just the reigning World Superbike champion. I mean, it's got his name written all over it, this circuit, hasn't it?
Yeah, Tek Arif, of course. Wheelie Arif was his late stunt riding father, who we sadly lost in a terrible road accident in 2017 in Turkey. But look at him, trying to pull a wheelie. He said he was going to do this, and expect some good stoppies as well at the end. He was saying that to us over the lunch break. But he's been desperate to get to Cadwell Park for a long time. They were down at Fox Hills watching the motocross down Swindon Way yesterday. So a bit of a UK tour for these two ahead of Magny-Cours World Superbikes in 2 weeks' time. But yeah, how much air would he be taking over that mountain section, I wonder, in the next few minutes? Here he is, first time round, Steve. Let's give him a sort of rating out of 10 for the first attempt. Bearing in mind we're expecting him to be totally airborne. Bearing in mind it's his first ever run over the mountain, that's actually not too bad, is it?
I'm not really in a position to sit here and criticise, but you know, from Toprak standards, I'm going to give that a 6 for his first go. I reckon he's got more in the bag, but I can completely understand why these guys don't want him to do anything silly. I mean, he is fighting for the World Championship, as we mentioned. Snetterton BSB in a couple of weeks' time. Same weekend as Magny-Cours World Superbikes. So folks at home tuning in on Eurosport, you're going to want to watch that one. I just love the fact that the reigning World Superbike champion is here wanting to do this. I think it's magnificent for British Superbikes as well, and well, if he could turn up for a race as well. I mean, that's happened in the past.
Yeah. It's a win-win, isn't it? Here we go, second time round. Let's see what he does this time. Oh yes, that was both off at the ground this time. The confidence is building. We knew it wouldn't take long. So second time over the mountain, and that's already fully airborne. Let's watch Andrea Locatelli. Dominated World Supersport, of course, that year. He's trying.
He's giving it a go as well, isn't he?
He's not far off. And of course, you saw Locker racing and commentated on him for Dorna in Moto2.
Yeah, good Moto2 rider, actually, and probably didn't get his opportunity, but I'm delighted to see how well he's doing, the Italian, now in World Superbikes. Well, you just expected this from the Turkish sensation, didn't you, Toprak? But yeah, good to see him. I'm almost certain that he's going to try and clear the mountain.
Oh,
I'm almost certain of it.
Well, the right-hand side as you approach is where you get most air, isn't it? Perhaps not the optimum line, but if he runs up the right-hand side, I don't know whether anyone's told him. Not that I would know.
I've got to point out, by the way, of course, his big foe in World Superbike and biggest rival, Jonathan Ray. I mean, I cannot tell you how good Jonathan was over the mountain. And there's some amazing photos of him going over that mountain, and I'm sure that the photographers are all packed up round there waiting to see what Toprak... I mean, he's almost got his elbow round down a moment ago on the approach to Chris Curve, so he's given it a bit more welly now.
Yeah, he needs to be careful with the left elbow, of course, because he had a big high side at Catalonia testing the other day, coming out of turn 5. It flicked him right up through the air, landed heavily on his left elbow. But this is great. As you said, Steve, we've had... well, Halewood, Sheen, Reed, Agostini's even raced here at Cadwell, of course. Many vying to be king of the mountain over the years. OK, this is attempt 3, wheeling on his way to it. Come on, we've seen him airborne. What are we going to see this time?
Look, you can hear now. The crowd are giving it some. Come on, Toprak. There we go. You knew it. You just knew it. There we go. That's what we wanted. That's what we came for. That's what he came for as well.
I reckon he's going to get at least 1 or 2 more laps in as well. They've got 10 minutes, so this is great, great stuff. We, of course, commentated, didn't we, for the World Feed on... Here we go, Locatelli. I was speaking to him earlier on. He said it's quite narrow, isn't it?
He's
quite narrow.
Locatelli's read the Dossely script.
Yes, he has. Toprak. Look at him. He's got his head down. He's absolutely on it down the start finish.
Let's have a look at this again.
So this is his 3rd attempt so far, and he's now pushing on up at Coppice. Watch him. Only the 3rd time he's ever gone over the mountain. This collaboration between McCams and Crescent. Look at that. And a smooth landing as ever as well for Toprak.
Oh, love it.
24 wins at his Stephen World Superbikes now and 69 podium finishes. But that first time he ever came to Europe from Turkey, Kenan Safoglu took him to Magny-Cours, didn't he? It was the end of 2014, stuck it on the pole position, and of course won the race. And you were commentating on that race for Eurosport.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was the last time I worked for Eurosport before returning again. Yeah, as he pulls off his tremendous stopping there, he was an unbelievable sensation. Commentating on that one was Steve Parrish. Neither of us could believe what we were seeing when he arrived on the scene.
Could either of you pronounce his surname?
No,
we're still struggling now.
We called him Toprak.
So nothing's changed, has it really? There he goes with a stoppie out of Chris Curve down towards the gooseneck. The crowd have been so excited though all afternoon to see this. Massive crowd. Look at all those cars in the background here. Luckily that rain from earlier on has pretty much stayed away, and he's going to have another run through the mountain, isn't he? Locatelli's catching him.
He's doing a stoppie down into Mansfield. I mean, that's not easy to do, I should just point out. Is he going to give it one more big go over the mountain?
Are they going to go together? They're not going to go side by side over the mountain,
This
are they?
might just be this could just be the wave goodbye as they make their way in. But he's putting on a proper show, as you would expect from Toprak Razgatlıoglu. One of the greatest showmen. I love this, and I'm glad it stayed dry as well. I was a bit worried when the rain came down earlier that this was all going to get cancelled.
Yeah, but he said he was watching Jason and Taz and looking for them when they were trackside this morning, and then he got a few laps because the warm-up, of course, was pretty much rendered useless with the rain. Lovely, though. Massive, massive crowd. He's obviously going to pull in now then. No, he's going over again. He's going over the mountain once again.
Yeah, he's going to do a massive stoppie on the grid. You know it.
He's got to, hasn't he?
There's no one that can do it quite like him. But this has been brilliant. I bet he loved it.
He's serious, you know. He is serious. I'm not sure Paul Denning would be quite happy with him racing this weekend when you've got a World Championship you're going for, but he's serious about coming and doing some BSB races here in coming years. How great would that be?
It would just be absolutely awesome. I mean, we already get bumper crowds here at Cadwell Park, but that would be something else. Tom Sykes, of course, came over from World Superbike to do a one-off round in BSB. Here we go then.
Hey. He's just the master.
Nobody does it better. I bet there's a few people relieved now to see these two back parked.
Yeah, Paul Denning, I know you're probably watching on back home, and Andrea Dossely as well. Phew.
Yeah, good news, Paul. Magny-Cours is on.
Panic over, Mr. Denning. Magny-Cours in 2 weeks' time, like you say, Steve, alongside Snetterton BSB. That's going to be a busy weekend, lots of airtime.
It is, yeah, and let's be honest, it's going to be fascinating. Can't wait for that. It's going to be brilliant. But it's been a pleasure commentating with you, Greg.
I'll see you in 2028 or something like that, another 7 years.
Let's pass back to Matt.